Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, no president or candidate who's ran for president ought to be more pissed off than Donald J. Trump. I mean, I can sit here and think about Rutherford B. Hayes and Tilden and think to myself, you know, Tilden got sold out a little bit to let Hayes become president. And by the way, I can understand why Al Gore would be pissed off. I mean, Al Gore won the popular vote, and based upon a Supreme Court ruling, he was not president of the United States based upon Electoral College and that vote. I mean, so I could understand why Al Gore would be tortured. I can understand why Hillary Clinton would be so mad at herself because she blew it. She took things for granted. But nobody, and it's all the American Communist 10, I want to put the list up there again, the American Communist 10 and what they did to President Trump. There is now like 8 or 9 major bad things that Trump did that have been proven completely wrong. This week it was the Lafayette Square incident. We know that the big one, the Russian collusion, which they impeached him over, and then the coronavirus. And we all know the origins from the Wuhan lab, and he wasn't allowed to call it the China virus. And how they censored him, and how they took off his Facebook, and they took off, I mean, the tech, all the American Communists did, everything that they've done to him. Trump has a right to be pissed off. And when we talk about that they stole the election from him, we're not talking necessarily about a voter machine or some things like that. We're talking about what Zuckerberg does, what Jack Dorsey did. They didn't cover the Hunter Biden story. That's all a different form, but a real form of cheating. The coronavirus. The economy was the best economy in the history of the world. So what do? They activate the coronavirus against him. And then Fauci and the rest of them, you know, they just played their little game. It's disgusting. I mean, I'll bet you there's times where Trump just rages. I would. But I hope that Trump just comes back. And all these people that keep saying, well, November 2022, we're going to turn the House. Well, that's an eternity from now. And look how bad our country is getting shellacked. I mean, where are we going to be in November 20? Actually, you don't take office till January. So even if we take back the House November 22, where are we going to be as a country by then? How bad will the infiltration of our country be by the American Communist 10 anywhere and everywhere? Foreign actors. Where would our military be? I mean, where would the nuclear Iran be? I mean, it's scary stuff. I'm a lighthearted guy. You know, I do a lighthearted show. But when you really think about it, it is scary as hell where our country is, where it's going, and where it might be before we get it back. And all the while, they make Trump the bad guy. They're still trying to make Trump the bad guy. And you know, the reality is it's 50% of us. Oh, I got to bring this up too. Remember I mocked all the white suburban moms who didn't like Trump being meanie? How you like your gas prices now? How you like your food prices now? How you like your utility bill now? This is funny. I went to a doctor, and I'm not going to name his name. I protect my sources and I protect conversations. But I went to a doctor this week for a regular checkup on one of the areas of health that you go to regular checkup. And this guy is the meekest, mildest guy there is. But I can tell he gets a little kick out of me because I'm a Trump guy, and he's obviously a Trump guy too. And my wife really likes him because he's so meek and mild, okay? One of the meekest, mildest guys I've ever known. And out of the blue, I didn't even trigger this. He goes, you know, I hope those white suburban moms are really happy of what they've done to our country. I was like, see? Now, there's people like that doctor. I mean, by the way, this guy, I guarantee you, he doesn't say that out loud at his work. But I'm just telling you, that is what real Americans across this country are saying. And when I say real Americans, I'm talking about Americans that believe in what the traditional American way is all about. I mean, I'm telling you, it's out there. But, whether we survive, who knows? My point of this show is this. Donald J. Trump has a right to be pissed off. That guy has been mistreated by the American Communist 10 6 ways to Tuesdays. And he was right. He was right on policy, foreign and domestic. The guy did an incredible job. And he got taken out by the coronavirus and the American Communist 10. It's disgusting. They're a bunch of political gangsters, and I hate them all. I crave and relish my independence and freedom for them not to be able to cancel me. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I hope the American Communist 10 have an awful day.